Hey y'all, what's good? What's good? What's good? I hope you guys are doing well and taking care of yourselves and all of that good stuff and whatever and what not. This is SweetQueenT and I am going to be writing downloads for today. I'm bringing the spirit in and we will go from there. Holy Spirit, a prayer to my light of the Most High God, I call you into this message. I ask that you grant me the ability to deliver clear and concise messages to the listener as you see fit. We thank you for all that you are, all that you have been, and all that you will continue to be. Amen. Ashe. Okay, y'all. So, for I'm being urged to say, for one of you specifically, so this literally could be for one person, but I just feel like it's something that could apply to multiple people though. But there's something about like whoever you are or whatever you do, you're not going to be for everybody. Not everybody is going to get you, comprehend your mindset. You may be someone who, you could possibly be a loner of some sort, or over years, over the time, you've come to be this way. Maybe when you were younger, or maybe years ago or not long ago, you were someone who was very interactive, very social. You could have had a large friend group, or you could have had a lot of people that you consider to be friends, and possibly for some of y'all even family, right? That you just were very close to, you trusted, or you saw the good in. You were someone who could, it's like you see the light in people, and for you that kind of overrides the dark that you see in the people, if at all you were seeing the dark in these people, because sometimes it's something about like you possibly could have just really just only seen the light in these people, and their dark ways or lower self ways, you tend to overlook. Okay. Now granted, it could have been, these were things that could have been considered to be normal amongst everyone, right? So, gossiping, making shady jokes, things like that. And so maybe it was just, it was one of those, oh, well, everybody does it type thing, And then over time, you come to realize that these same individuals were doing these things as it pertains to you. And you come to realize from certain situations, certain betrayal, certain deceit, that these people really ultimately didn't mean you well. And so it could have made you, turned you into like a loner, or just made you see things a little differently than how you used to see it, right? And so now you move differently, right? You might be a little less social. Now granted, someone could be an introvert, okay, like full introvert, right? You don't really want to deal with anybody. When you go in certain spaces where there's a lot of people, you could get a high level of anxiety, or your brain could just really race, or you can really feel all of everybody's energy, so it just keeps you in this space of wanting to be to yourself, okay? And for others of you, could just be, you tend to want to spend more time with yourself, but you can be social in certain settings. And if you do, you're a person who like you've come to learn, or maybe you're in that process of learning that you can only do that for so long, because then you're going to need to go and get back in the space of being to self so that you can recharge. Okay? Now for some of you guys, this might be just knowledge that you're coming into now of how to regulate your emotions and certain things like anxiety and things like that you've been experiencing. And so Spirit's just kind of giving you that info, that heads up, okay? So if you are someone who you've been noticing when you hang out with certain people, friends, family, whoever, co-workers, and after you leave their presence and you're just extremely drained, or you're tired, and this also doesn't have to be people, guys. This can be things, okay? So if you notice this with, say you go out and you have a fun night of drinking, and literally that same night or the next day or whatever, like you're just done for. So much so that you literally need a whole full day or a whole 2 days to really reboot your life, reboot yourself, recalibrate your DNA, whatever, just to get yourself back together to your normal state. That's kind of a sign as well that you probably should cut back on certain things. Now, granted, it doesn't mean like, oh, you can't drink, but don't get me wrong, I am getting for one of y'all. You're coming into like your full blown like spiritual like chemistry of your body, and you really, as much as it could be very difficult for one of you, because I feel like I'm really speaking to somebody specifically. As difficult as it can be for you, this is a part of your test and your challenge of your self discipline. In order for you to fully be in your spiritual being and in your body without having like complications and, like I say, just 2 to 3 days of downtime where you're having to recharge and you can't really, focus and be productive and take care of the things you need to take care of because you're just so drained or you got a bad, massive hangover. This is probably for you. You're probably definitely in a era of ascension, and Spirit's just wanting you to balance that out. And a way of balancing that out for one of you very specifically is like you probably don't need to do it at all. And if you do, it's gonna have to be real lightweight. Like it's basically you're gonna have to turn yourself into a lightweight. If in the past you weren't a lightweight, you're gonna have to be a lightweight now, where you're only consuming maybe one shot, maybe a little mixed drink. That's about it. Not no 5, 6, 7 shots. Not no 3, 4 blunts. Whatever it need to be. Probably if you're gonna hit something, hit it a couple times. That's it. Or whatever. I don't know because I'm not. Let me be very clear. I'm not preaching to nobody. I'm just expressing what Spirit's giving me to say. Because this wasn't even a part of the messages that I initially had. So yeah, Spirit on somebody's head. Real hard, okay? But hey, take it for what it is, y'all. Listen, me personally, I've had to go through this process myself, so it is what it is. Certain individuals, you're here for a very specific reason. You're here to be that in which is the example of the fact that Christ resides within you. You know what I'm saying? That you are, that in alignment of Yeshua, right? Yeah, I don't know, but anywho, just take the message for what it is, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the downloads that I had prior to me starting this message because that just went straight into that, and I don't even know where it came from. Well, I know where it came from, but anywho, moving forward. So there's something about work with what you have right now. You have to be, doing certain things, wanting certain things to come about. Praying for certain things, manifesting certain things. And you could be getting kind of frustrated because you could feel like, I don't have this or I don't have that or whatever. And Spirit's just really wanting you to focus on the fact that you do have certain things, you do have certain resources, and be grateful for the things that you do have, and make sure that you're using those things to the best of your ability, and make sure that you are pulling all of the possible resources that you can. So work with what you got right now, okay? Also, I've spoke to this before in a prior message, probably quite some time ago, but it's being brought back up because for somebody, you are in a space where you have to do what you have to do what you have to do. So, an example of that. Well, let me just give you my storyline with it. Okay, so, oh gosh, what do I want to say? Okay, so years ago I signed up for like some little workshop thing or whatever. In the workshop, one of the I don't know what you would call her. I guess she was like the instructor or whatever. Anywho, she basically, that was a line that she dropped. And how just sometimes some people say certain things and it just really sticks with you. Like you just really like resonate with it, or you just really like felt it in that moment, or you just really like, he was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep that for myself. I need to hold on to that. You know what I'm saying? I need to remember that. It was one of those moments for me. And so she's one of those people like, you just, regardless of if I remember her name or whatever, I'll remember her face always, for sure. I don't quite remember her name off the top of my head, but I will always remember who she was and where I met her and where she said this at. Because it was just it's just a real statement. And she didn't mean it in the context of something negative, like do some dirty stuff to get what you're trying to, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't in that context. It was, you got to do what you got to do to do what you got to do. So by that, she meant, listen, if, um, if your car broke down and you still got to get your kids to school, but maybe you're in a position where you might not have the cash to um get an Uber, get a Lyft, or pay somebody to drop you off, or maybe you just don't have people that can, take you and drop you off because they gotta be at work themselves, or maybe you just don't have that type of support, or um you just all the other options, right? Like you could have already ran through all your resources as it pertains to that, right? So this kind of aligns with what I just spoke to about work with what you got right now, right? So say you got X amount of dollars for the week and you trying to ration out and stretch that for the week. Well, maybe you have to do what you have to do to do what you have to do, which is possibly catch the bus with your kids, right? Is that something that you want to do? No, probably more than likely not. Is it something that could possibly be challenging for you? Yeah, possibly so. Why? Because if you got 3, 4 kids and you gotta get all of them to school, that's gonna be a challenge. One, just being a mom and trying to keep all the kids, you know what I'm saying? Everybody walk this way, everybody staying here, sit still at the bus stop. Okay, we gotta get off this bus, get on this bus, we gotta go to, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot. Okay. So and somebody could very well resonate with this. This could be a part of your past. This could be something that you could be experiencing. But Spirit just wants you to do what you gotta do to do what you gotta do. And so in you doing the getting on the bus because that's more affordable, right? Um, it's gonna get you to where you gotta get to, right? And it's gonna get you to do what you gotta do, which is get them kids to school so that there's no issues, so that they don't miss school, so that you can get to and from and go and do whatever you need to do while they're at school. Got it? Okay. So hopefully that was helpful for somebody, okay? And if this is your situation, baby, don't listen. Um, we do live in a world where people are extremely judgmental, but let's be real. Does it really matter if these people aren't helping you? I'm just putting it out there, okay? We can't be more concerned about what people will say about our situations, mostly because nobody's exempt from going through a struggle or a challenge, or hell, if you somebody that has went through this or that will have to go through this or is going through this, more than likely, baby, the people who are judging you, they could never even, you know what I'm saying? Like what, them have to do that? They wouldn't last. It would be overwhelming for them. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it probably won't be overwhelming for you, but it's something that you will be capable of doing. And mind you, this is just an example of what I'm, just to help you get an idea. But whatever it is, whatever the circumstance is, whatever, you know what I'm saying, your situation is, you got the point, right? Okay. Moving forward. Somebody could be really moody. And y'all please excuse, I'm taking a walk and I'm by a busy street, so that probably wasn't the best idea. Let me kind of walk away from where the street is. So I apologize if you guys hear a lot of noise in the background. But so let me walk over this way away from the street. Anywho, but yeah, you guys can have somebody who's like very moody, whether this is like your lover, your friend, a parent, just somebody's a loved one or someone that you are around quite a bit. Okay. It could even be your child, but they're very moody. Okay. Somebody could be a Sagittarius as well, or a Libra. Okay. Um, but you could get a lot of hot and cold energy from this person. So one minute they want to love on you, or be all close and cool, and be besties or, or whatever, and then the next minute you look up, be like, okay, whoa, what happened? Like, wait a minute, how did we get here? And they got an attitude, and they mad and cuss you out, or going off on you, or trying to want to fight, or I don't know, whatever's going on. Okay. But there's something about somebody being hot and cold and moody. Okay. I just feel like this is something that's going on with this person. Now, for someone specifically, this could be like your wife. She could be going through like perimenopause or something like that. Or this could be you. And you could be coming into some type of something with your menopause, okay? And it's just got your hormones kind of all over the place. I personally don't know a whole lot about it because I have not done my research on it, which I probably should because I am a female, okay? But from what I recall, I do believe you can take ashwagandha amongst many other herbs, but if I'm not mistaken, that's one of the ones that can really, really help you. It'll help you balance out your hormones, and then that way you won't be as, also, and I am not getting paid for this, y'all, okay? But it's just, I'm very observant, okay? Like, super observant. I see things and I store them in my mind. And that's a whole other reference I'm gonna speak to in just a second, but let me finish this message. Um, but black girl vitamins, I've seen numerous reviews about that vitamin. I have not personally taken it myself yet. I do plan to, because I've heard a lot of really good things about it. But you could check that out as well, because from what I understand is that also helps with women having like hot flashes and just anything dealing with your hormones being off balance. Okay, and just getting a good vitamin, right? In general, we all need vitamins, period. um let's see. Okay, and then so what I was about to speak to, just in reference to what I just said about me being a very observant. So the TV series on Netflix called Suits could be very significant for someone. Someone's name could be Mike as well. Oh my gosh, what's the other dude's name? I love that show. I don't know if y'all are familiar with it, but I love that show. It's a really good show. If you're into that type of thing. Uh Dang, why can't I think of, oh my gosh, why can't I think of dude name? I cannot stand when I be doing y'all messages and like my brain just will not, it don't process certain stuff. I be mad, but it's because Spirit be like, no, you gotta stay focused on them other downloads. Anyway, but yeah, go check that show out. Maybe you just need to watch it. You could be going through some legal matters. It could possibly be very, very, very helpful for you in structuring your defense for some things. Okay, and how to submit your emotions or your abatement or what's the other one I'm trying to think of? Adjudication or whatever. Anywho, no, is that the right word? Anywho, I ain't gonna worry about, because baby, that ain't my field. Okay, not a little bit, not a lot. Okay, but someone could be a lawyer. Okay, so if that's you, then hey, there's something in this message that resonates with you. Um, Also, someone could be purchasing a suit for something. Okay. Oh yes, because that goes along with another download that I have. You know what? I'm just go ahead and get into that download now as well. So, someone could be purchasing a suit. You could have had a loved one that just recently passed. If it's not necessarily a loved one, you could just had a coworker or whatever that just recently passed. There is something about um a mason that just recently passed. Okay, so if you know somebody that just passed, it could be a mason and you didn't know, or you could just know and that's who we're talking about. Okay, someone also could be a loan shark as well. Okay, but there's just something significant about that. Okay, someone could be a 30, what you call it, 33rd mason, or I don't, whatever it is with that apply to that, because I honestly, I ain't researched a whole lot about that personally. I do know that there are many other readers and just individuals in general who are more vast in that field of knowledge when it comes to masonry. But yeah, but there could be something significant about that. There could be something significant about the number 22 as well. So 22 and 33. You could also be born in February. You could be born in March. You could be an Aquarius or a Pisces. Um, There's something about also the second or the third day. Okay, whether that's 2 days from now, 3 days from now, the second or the third of the next month, or the second of the or the third of whatever month. Okay, but yeah. So let's see what else. What else? What else? So, okay, some of you guys could work for yourselves, whatever. If you got a business or maybe you're starting a new business, some of you guys could have recently lost a position. So now you're taking that as a sign to, okay, let me get out here and get it on my own. Or you could have just like you could have lost a job, but you've been applying, and nothing has kicked in to give you that break so that you can get back to working a regular job. And you have to take it upon yourself to do what you got to do what you got to do. Okay, and work with what you got. And some of you guys have skills. You have the ability of creating candles and jewelry and designing clothes and painting art and whatever you guys do, right? And so you're going to take it upon yourself to go into a venture, or you already have started, where you create another source of income for yourself, and you don't solely sit back depending on continuously getting rejected by all these jobs and waiting for that one job that probably won't even pay you what you need to be paid, um, for your level of skill and quality of work. So you're just gonna go ahead and just go down your own avenue, or you already have. But there's something about whoever you are, you more than likely already have. You could also be in the spiritual business of some sort. Okay, so you could relay messages, like, downloads, read tarot, whatever it is, right? But there's something about, you got individuals that are like around you, or they don't have to be necessarily around you, but they like are aware of like kind of what you got going on to an extent, and like they're sitting back judging you. Meanwhile, the whole time, like, they're sitting at somebody's job, not knowing whether or not they'll have that job tomorrow, next week, next month, and they sitting back judging the hell out of you. Oh, they lazy. They don't want to do no work. Da da da. Mind you, I feel like you're someone who has like a very big, vast like work history. You could have done damn near every job that there possibly has been for some of y'all, or some of y'all have probably been at a certain job for years on end, and then they just laid all y'all off. Okay. But then whoever you are, I get no energy of you being lazy at all. I feel like actually you probably could outwork or do outwork many of these individuals, and that's probably really why they're feeling some type of way. They probably just acknowledge the fact that you don't allow yourself to get discouraged, and if you do, it's not for long. You just figure out a plan, or you just follow your intuition, and you let source and spirit lead you, and figure it out. Do what you gotta do to do what you gotta do. And in this moment, you feel like, well, I'm gonna start this business so I can see how that flow for me. And people are sitting back feeling some type of way. But y'all, I'm gonna be real with y'all. There's really just an energy of the fact that they know that whatever this is that you're doing could possibly really just, you know what I'm saying, could really blow up for you, or could really bring in a good bag for you. And then it's gonna put you in this space of being independent, and it's going to piss them off because, one, they possibly feel like they can't do it themselves. Two, it'll make you not dependent upon them in any way. And three, they just know they can't be you. I'm just be real, okay? Also, there's something about somebody feeling like you're selfish. They feel like you're selfish because you want to do for yourself. What? So, and I'm getting an energy of like, when you go to these people needing help, or say you don't even like really ask them for help, but they offer help in certain ways because they may see certain things or whatever, they still like judge you about that. Oh, see, now they need a ride, or now they need whoop-de-woo. See what I'm saying? I knew they wasn't all that, or I knew they. It's like, what? So when I'm working to get my stuff together, you got something to say. When when I'm going through a little something, not really by the works of your own hands, right? Just kind of by the you know what I'm saying, the dynamics of how things have flown, right? They lay you off your job, and you're applying, so you're not just sitting around on your butt. You're sitting in applications for jobs. Nobody's giving you feedback, right? No kickback, no hiring, right? Or you go into these interviews and basically just wasting your time because they end up saying, oh, well, we're going to go with another candidate. Okay. And then they judge you for that. They're like, yeah, well, I don't know. I don't really think they even applying for jobs, or I don't know. It's just, it's a very energy. And it's funny because it's like these people are probably the same people that if it's them, they want all this grace, all this compassion, want you to feel bad for them, want to get your advice. Well, I know you probably been in this situation before, so, or I remember you went through such before. Like, how did you handle it? Or what did you do? Or probably mess around and be needing to come to you to ask you advice about how to, start their own business, or I don't know. Yeah, it's just something about that. Okay. But the funny thing is, like, they haven't heard to say that you're selfish because you're actually taking it upon yourself to do for yourself. It's like, what? So I'm supposed to be sitting around just asking you for help 24/7. But then it's like, okay, when I ask you for help, then you judge me for that too. You like, oh my gosh, they need something else. Like, what? Y'all, people be some different type of folk. I'm trying to tell you. But yeah, so if that's you, and you resonate with that, definitely hit the like button. All right. Somebody, listen. somebody on somebody. I said somebody on somebody's head, but that could be. Anywho, spirit is on somebody's head today. I'm gonna tell you that. Spirit has been telling you multiple times because I'm gonna tell you how I know. I done said it numerous times in multiple messages about getting your water consumption up. Okay, making sure that you are staying hydrated, making sure that you are drinking your water. I've talked about it lots of times. Okay, sir, ma'am. Okay, and that's crazy that I even said that like that, but it made my brain go to like trans. Someone could be a transgender. Okay, so shout out to you, boo. Hey, what's up? Yeah, spirit wants you to drink some damn water. Okay, but yes, sir or ma'am, and or but whatever life you live in, be great in it. Okay, and have respect for others. And I pray that they have respect for you as right back, right? Because I ain't one of them over here that's judging. Um, yeah, you gotta drink some water. Okay, like spirits on your head about it, like real bad. Like real bad. Like you could be someone who just maybe you really just don't like drinking water, and I don't get it personally, but I do get it because I know that there are a lot of people that just don't like drinking water. They don't like how it tastes, whatever. But baby, you got to find a way. You have to find a way. Even if you okay, say you don't want to drink water, consume something that has a lot of water in it. Let's try that. Okay, so eat some cucumbers. If you're not super big on cucumbers, put them in a damn salad. If you ain't big on salad, listen, damn it, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, consume watermelon. Okay, most people like watermelon. If you don't like watermelon, damn it, I don't know what to tell you because you got to get some damn water. Put some of them sachets in a water bottle. Okay, with the little flavor sachets, whatever brand. Okay, whatever flavor that you do like and drink some water, okay? Because when I tell you, this ain't me coming on getting on you about it. This is like you got an angel or something that, like, because they're like really upset with you about it. Because I can feel that energy. Like there's somebody granny on everything. This is very much giving somebody's granny energy. You could be someone who were raised by your grandma. Okay, so if this resonates with you, yeah, granny on your head. She's on your top. Like, stop playing with her. You heard it the first time. That could be something she used to say to you a lot. Like, you probably used to be hard headed or something, and you didn't listen. She would say something to you once. You had to say it to you multiple times, and she would get mad. Yeah, I don't know, but if you resonate with that, hit the like button or drop the info down below. Okay, so I know what's up. Okay, so I know who your granny is. Don't drop her name to represent her and show her a little love, and so that we can thank her. Okay. But yeah. Granny ain't playing with you. Drink some damn water. Okay. All right. Moving forward. Um, there's something about acres. I'm getting something about a couple. So you and your partner could be purchasing some land. So congratulations to y'all. Okay, I hope y'all do big good things with it. All right. Whether it's just simply buying the land and keeping it for your family to flip it and do whatever, invest the money into something else, whether it's just to build a family home on it, whether it is to put you a garden and all that stuff out there so you can make sure that you have your own food in case there some go by the wayside, okay, because it's looking kind of ugly out here, okay. But whatever you decide to do with this, and you don't have to be in a partner dynamic. You could literally be on your own doing this by yourself, just you and source, okay. And if so, congratulations, because that's a huge deal. You should be very proud of yourself. You really should. I'm very happy for you. I aspire to do the same. So congratulations, love. Okay. Let's see. Monica could be significant. Someone's name could be Monica. Okay. But also Monica and Brandy are going on tour. I think I spoke about that before. I love them both. I love both their music. So if you go into the concert, turn the fuck up, okay? Because I know it's gonna be a whole vibe. All right. They actually will be coming to my city, I believe, this weekend. So yeah, definitely gonna be blasting my Monica and Brandy. Okay. But there's something about Monica's song "Street Symphony." All right. So go listen to that song. Maybe you resonate with something in the song. But I know that song speaks to her having, at that present time, a boyfriend who was in the street life. Okay. And basically she just talks about, like, listen, do you care about me, or you just gonna be worried about being in the streets? And you tell me one thing, but you still out here making these moves in these streets, and it ain't safe. I'm not feeling it. Like, yeah, basically all that, and then some. So go check that out. Okay, it can resonate with someone. All right. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna drop it below in the comment section, so you can click down below and take a listen. All right. Um, let's see. Um, there's something about okay. So y'all could have had a test, right? And after everything kind of went down, you realize like, dang, that was a test. But here's the crazy part. I feel like you failed the test, but really, I've it's something about like even though yes, this was a test, it was like it was more like a little pop quiz, okay? And it was something that actually benefited you, it helped you, it was something that you needed at the time. So it's like spirit's not like holding it against you. You didn't get a bad grade, you didn't fail the test. You actually pretty much did what you needed to um within this test. So it just kind of works out in your favor. And the thing about it is, whoever you are, you actually learn from this test. Like once you realize, like, dang, that was a test, and then you start feeling these feelings of like, dang, I just failed that test. You like reevaluate it, like how you were supposed to handle it, or how you were supposed to, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, okay, well, yeah, okay, this kind of worked for me in my favor at the time because I kind of needed this, but I know going forward, when I'm presented with this opportunity again, or when I'm presented with this test again, I'm not going to handle it the same way. Right? So if you resonate with that, then hey, hit the like button because that's very vague, but it makes sense to an extent. Okay. Um, there's something about someone knowing that they know that you know that they're shady and that they've said certain things behind your back, told certain lies, whatever. Just to simplify it, they know that they're shady, and yet you still like grant them grace. You still send them love. You still are kind to them. It's really really like tearing away at somebody's spirit, like real bad, like real bad, because they know that they really don't deserve anything from you going forward. Um, and they, like I say, they know that you know, so they're really just kind of looking like, okay, is this person like being funny? Like it's making them feel on edge. They don't know if like you're trying to set them up or whatever, but then some of them like know that you're just genuinely this person, so it's making people kind of start rethinking the way that they've treated you, because they realize that you are who you are, and that's naturally who you are, and you don't set out to be fake towards people. You don't set out to try to set people up. You don't set out to do shady things towards people. And the fact that you're still being kind to these people after they've done you dirty or been shady towards you shows them that like you're genuinely exactly who you say you are. And so it's disturbing them that much more, because now it's making them rethink themselves as people and their characters and their principles and their morals. And now they're having to like hone in on, okay, I probably definitely need to be a better person because I was really being a B word and this person was only being kind to me. Okay, so there's something about that. All right. I think that's it, yo. Yeah, somebody granny, baby, your granny on your head. I'm tell you that right now. You better get that water ASAP. You better figure it out. You better look up ways to hydrate yourself or something. Granny is not playing. She's still here. She's still Thank you, Gigi, because yeah, I'm gonna leave a message on that note, because I'm no Granny not about to be on my head. I drink my water, okay, but now I'm about to go drink something just because Granny here on. No, we ain't doing it. I'm gonna see y'all later. I love y'all. All right, holla.